Rain hits the gate hard as the German Shepherd stands frozen, eyes locked on the door like it refuses to blink. Did this story touch your heart? Give it a thumbs up, share it around, and drop your location in the comments. Inside, Sarah grips the curtain, her breath uneven. "Why are you here again?" she whispers. The dog doesn't bark. It only lets out a low, aching whine. Not fear, not anger. Something deeper. She slowly opens the door a few inches. "Go home," she says softly. The dog doesn't move. Its body stays firm, soaked, tired, but determined. It lifts its head slightly, staring past her into the house. Sarah hesitates. "What do you want?" she asks, her voice shaking. The dog takes one step forward, then stops. It refuses to cross the line. Instead, it sits again, guarding the gate, like it's waiting for someone who never came. The dog doesn't move from the gate. It watches her closely as Sarah steps out, pulling her jacket tighter. "You've been here 3 nights, she says, her voice low. "Why?" She bends slightly and notices the old collar. Her fingers pause. The leather is cracked, worn by time. There is a name, almost gone. She wipes the rain off it carefully. "Rex," she whispers. The dog reacts instantly. Its ears rise, its body shifts forward, alert. Not excited, focused, like it was waiting to hear that name again. Sarah's heart tightens. "No, that's not possible." Her voice trembles. Rex steps closer, slow and controlled. He doesn't jump or bark. He just stands near her, watching her face, searching. "You belong to him," she says quietly. The dog lets out a soft sound, almost like a reply. Sarah looks toward the empty street, fear creeping in. Why now? Rex suddenly lifts his head, ears sharp, eyes fixed on the dark end of the street. His body stiffens, no movement, no sound, just focus. Sarah follows his gaze. "What is it?" she asks, her voice barely steady. The dog steps forward, slowing, careful, then stops again at the gate. He doesn't leave. He waits, watching. A faint shape appears far away. A man, walking slowly, uneven steps, getting closer. Sarah's breath catches. Who is that? Rex doesn't bark. He doesn't run. A low growl builds in his chest, deep and controlled. Not anger, warning. The figure moves under a streetlight. His face is still unclear, but something feels wrong. Sarah takes a step back. "Rex?" She whispers. The dog moves in front of her, blocking her path to the gate. Guarding. Waiting. The man steps closer into the light and Sarah's breath stops. Her fingers tighten on the door. "No, it can't be," she whispers. Rex doesn't move toward him. He stays in front of Sarah, body firm, eyes locked. Not welcoming. Watching. The man lifts his head slowly. His face is older, worn, but those eyes, Sarah feels her knees weaken. "Daniel?" she says, barely a sound. The man blinks, confused. He looks at her, then at the house like none of it belongs to him. I'm sorry," he says quietly. "Do I know you?" The words hit hard. Sarah steps back, shaking. No, that's not possible." Rex steps forward now, but not with joy. He circles the man once, sniffing, careful. His ears stay alert. His tail does not move. The man looks down at the dog. "Hey," he murmurs, unsure. Rex stops in front of him and just stares. Rex suddenly steps in front of him, blocking the path to the door. His body goes stiff, chest forward like a wall. The man stops. "Easy, it's okay," he says softly, trying to move around. Rex shifts with him. Same position, same block. Sarah watches, confused. "He never did that before," she whispers. The man tries again. "Move," he says, a little firmer. Rex lets out a low growl. Not wild. Controlled. A warning. The man freezes. "Why is he doing this?" he asks, looking at Sarah. "I don't know," she says, her voice shaking. "He was your partner." The man looks at Rex again, something flickering in his eyes. A memory trying to break through. He takes one step forward. Rex doesn't move away. He presses closer, guarding the door, refusing to let him in. The man lowers his hand slowly, confused, almost hurt. He thinks I'm a stranger, he says under his breath. Rex doesn't relax, his eyes stay fixed, reading every move. He takes a step closer, sniffing the man again, slower this time, deeper. Then he pulls back, uneasy. Sarah watches, her voice shaking. "Rex, it's him," she whispers. The dog doesn't respond to her words. Instead, he turns his head slightly, staring hard at the man's hands, then his face, then his chest, like he's searching for something that isn't there. The man frowns. "What is it, boy?" he asks softly. Rex lets out a quiet, warning growl again. Not louder, just enough. The man exhales. I don't remember anything, but he does, and he's saying something's wrong. Sarah feels a chill. Wrong how? The dog steps back once, then sits, still blocking the door. The man shifts his weight, uneasy. "If I'm not a threat, why won't he let me in?" he asks, voice low. Sarah doesn't answer. Her eyes stay on Rex. The dog hasn't blinked. His body is still but tense, like he's holding something back. The man takes a slow breath. "Rex, it's me," he says, softer now. The dog's ears twitch, just a little. A flicker of recognition, then gone. Rex steps forward again, close enough to touch. He lifts his nose, sniffing the man's jacket, his neck, his hands. Slow. Careful. Then he stops, his eyes narrow slightly. A low sound rises in his chest, not fear, not anger, doubt. The man freezes. "What do you smell?" he whispers. Rex pulls back, then moves to Sarah's side, pressing lightly against her leg, protecting her. And still watching him. The man swallows hard, glancing between Sarah and the dog. "I don't understand, he should know me," he says quietly. Rex shifts again, stepping away from Sarah just enough to circle the man once more. Slow. Focused. His nose presses briefly against the man's sleeve, then his shoulder, then his chest. He stops. His ears go up sharply. Something clicks. Rex suddenly turns and walks toward the edge of the porch, then looks back at the man. A short, controlled movement of his head like a signal. "Is he asking me to follow?" the man whispers. Sarah hesitates. "Rex doesn't do things without reason," she says. The man steps forward carefully. Rex moves ahead, leading him a few steps away from the door, then stops. He looks back again, not letting him enter, leading him somewhere else instead. Rex moves down the path, slow but firm, checking if the man follows. The man hesitates, then takes a few steps after him. "Where are you taking me?" he asks quietly. The dog doesn't stop. He reaches the edge of the yard and lowers his nose to the ground, sniffing, then looks back again. Waiting. Sarah steps closer, her voice tense. "He's trying to show you something." The man follows further. His breathing gets heavier. I don't remember any of this." Rex suddenly turns toward a spot near the old fence. He stands still, staring at the ground, his body stiff again. The man frowns. "What is it?" Rex scratches the dirt once, then again. Not random, focused, like something important is buried there. Sarah's heart starts racing. "Why here?" she whispers. Rex steps back slightly, eyes locked on the man, waiting for him to understand. The man kneels slowly, hands shaking as he looks at the disturbed dirt. "Why does this feel familiar?" he whispers. Rex steps closer, standing right beside him, watching every move. He lets out a soft, urging sound, then nudges the ground with his nose. Okay, the man mutters, starting to dig with his bare hands. The soil is damp, heavy. His fingers hit something hard. He freezes. Rex leans in, eyes sharp, breathing steady. The man pulls it out slowly. A small metal box, rusted, worn. Sarah steps closer. "What is that?" she asks, her voice tight. The man stares at it. Confused. "I don't know." Rex lets out a low sound again. The man opens the box. Inside, an old police badge and a folded photo. His hand trembles. Something inside him starts to break open. The man stares at the badge, his fingers shaking as he turns it over. The number, the name, something hits him hard. He gasps. This is mine, he whispers. Rex steps closer instantly, pressing his body against him, steady, grounding. The man unfolds the photo slowly. It's him, younger, standing beside Rex. Both alert, proud, a clear bond. His breath breaks. Rex, he says, voice cracking. The dog's ears lift. He moves closer, eyes soft now, searching his face. I remember a little, the man says, holding his head. Training, missions, you were always there. Sarah watches, frozen. Then, why doesn't he trust you? She asks quietly. The man looks down again. Something feels off, his eyes narrow. Because something's missing. Rex suddenly stiffens again. The moment shifts, not complete, not safe yet. Rex's body goes rigid again, his eyes snapping back to the man's chest. A low growl returns, deeper this time. The man looks down, confused. What is it? He asks. Rex steps closer and presses his nose against the man's jacket, then pulls back sharply. His ears flatten. Hey, what's wrong? The man whispers. Rex circles once, faster now, not calm anymore. Alert, warning, Sarah feels it too. Something's not right, she says. The man hesitates, then slowly reaches for his jacket zipper. You think it's this? Rex stops moving, watching. The man unzips halfway. Something small shifts inside. A faint metallic sound. Rex growls louder. Wait, I didn't put anything there, the man says, panic rising. He reaches inside and pulls out a small black device. Rex barks once. Sharp. Danger. The man stares at the device in his hand, his breath turning uneven. I swear, I've never seen this, he says, voice shaking. Rex steps closer, eyes locked on it, growling low. Sarah backs away. What is that? She asks. The man turns it slowly. No label, no mark, just a small blinking light. His chest tightens. A sudden flash hits him, dark roads, voices, a chase. Pain. He grips his head. Someone did this to me, he whispers. Rex barks once, sharp, then moves behind him, pushing him slightly away from the house. Rex, Sarah calls, confused. The dog doesn't look at her, his focus is on the device. The man's hands shake. It's tracking me, or worse. The light blinks faster. Rex growls louder, warning them. Something is coming. Rex's head snaps toward the road, ears locked, body tense. A low growl builds again. The man looks up. Someone's here, he whispers. Headlights appear at the end of the street. Slow. Steady. Getting closer. Sarah's voice trembles. We need to get inside. Rex barks once, sharp, then moves in front of the man, blocking him again. No, not inside, the man says, understanding. They'll find me there. The car slows near the gate. Engine still running. Rex circles quickly, then nudges the man toward the side of the yard. Move, the man says softly to Sarah. Stay behind me. Rex leads them away from the light into the shadows. The car door opens. Footsteps. Rex stops, body low, ready. A shadow moves through the gate, slow and careful. The man tightens his grip on the device, his breath sharp. They found me, he whispers. Rex steps forward, placing himself between the shadow and both of them. His body lowers, muscles tight, eyes locked. Show yourself, the man calls out, voice firm but low. No answer, just footsteps getting closer. Sarah's voice breaks. Who is that? Rex growls louder, warning. Then suddenly, he lunges forward 2 steps and stops, blocking, not attacking. The shadow freezes. Back off, the man says. The figure slowly raises a hand. You weren't supposed to remember, a voice replies. The man's eyes widen. Who are you? Rex barks again, sharp, forcing the figure to step back. The dog doesn't move. Guarding, holding the line. The figure steps back once, hands still raised. Easy, easy, he says, voice tight. Rex doesn't relax. He moves forward again, forcing more distance, his growl steady and controlled. The man grips the device harder. You put this on me, he says, anger rising. The figure exhales. We had to. You weren't cooperating. Sarah gasps. Cooperating with what? The man's head pounds. I remember, a mission, something went wrong, he mutters. Rex suddenly shifts position, stepping to the man's side, pressing against him, grounding him. The figure takes another step forward. Rex snaps his head up and barks loudly. A warning. Don't come closer, the man says firmly. The figure stops. You don't understand. That device, it's not just tracking you. The man's eyes narrow. Then what is it? Silence. Rex growls again. Waiting, the figure swallows, glancing at the blinking device. It's a failsafe, he says quietly. The man's grip tightens. Failsafe? For what? Rex shifts instantly, stepping in front of him again, eyes locked on the device, growl deepening. If you remembered too much, it was meant to stop you, the figure admits. Sarah's voice breaks. Stop him how? The light on the device flickers faster. The man's face drains. You mean, kill me? The figure doesn't answer. Rex barks sharply, then pushes hard against the man's leg, forcing him to step back. Rex, what do I do? The man asks, panic rising. The dog turns, pulls at his sleeve, then looks toward the far end of the yard. Leading him. Now. Run, the man says. Rex doesn't wait, he takes off. And the man follows. Rex sprints across the yard, not looking back. The man runs after him, breathing hard, the device clutched in his hand. Where are we going? He shouts. Rex doesn't slow. He cuts through a narrow path behind the house, moving like he knows every step. Sarah follows from a distance, fear in her voice. Wait. The man stumbles but keeps going. Rex, stop. The dog suddenly halts near an old shed. He turns, barking once, sharp and urgent. Here? The man asks, confused. Rex runs to the door and scratches it fast. Not random, desperate. The man rushes forward and pulls it open. Inside, dark, empty except for a small metal table. Rex jumps inside, then turns, staring at the device in the man's hand. Why here? He asks. Rex steps closer, then looks at the table. Like this is where it ends. Rex jumps onto the table and turns, eyes locked on the device in the man's hand. He lets out a sharp bark, then lowers his head, staring at it. The man steps closer, confused. You want me to put it here? He asks. Rex barks again. Short, certain. Outside, footsteps rush closer. Voices. He's in there. Sarah's voice trembles behind them. Hurry. The man's hands shake as he places the device on the table. The light blinks faster now. What happens now? He whispers. Rex backs away slightly, then moves behind him, pushing him toward the door. Wait. You want me out? The man says. Rex growls low. Warning, the man grabs Sarah's hand. Go. They rush out. Rex stays, standing inside, eyes fixed on the device, not moving. The man turns back instantly. Rex, come. He shouts, panic breaking through. The dog doesn't move. He stands firm inside the shed, eyes locked on the blinking device. His body is still, but his breathing is heavy. Focused. Rex, no. The man yells, trying to step back in. Rex growls sharply. A command, stay back. The man freezes, his chest tightens. Don't do this, he whispers. Rex glances at him for a second. Not fear, not doubt. Loyalty. Then he turns his head back to the device. The footsteps outside get louder. Move in. Someone shouts. Sarah grips the man's arm. We have to go. The man shakes his head. He's my partner. Rex lets out one last bark. Strong. Final. The man's eyes fill. He steps back. And then, a loud blast erupts from inside the shed. The blast fades into a heavy silence. Smoke spills out of the shed, thick and choking. Rex. The man screams, breaking free and running forward. Sarah tries to pull him back. No, wait. He pushes through the smoke, coughing, eyes wide. Rex, answer me. Inside, the table is shattered. The device is gone. Burned. For a second, nothing moves. Then, a faint sound, a low, weak whine. Rex, the man whispers, dropping to his knees. From behind the broken table, the German Shepherd slowly crawls forward. His body shakes. Fur burned. But alive. The man reaches him instantly. Hey, stay with me, he says, voice breaking. Rex presses his head weakly into his chest. Alive. The man holds him tight. You saved me again. Rex closes his eyes for a moment, but stays. The man lifts Rex carefully, his arms shaking. Stay with me, he whispers, holding him close. Rex's breathing is weak but steady. His eyes stay half open, fixed on the man's face. Outside, the voices grow louder again. Check the area. Someone shouts. The man looks toward the door. They're still here, he says. Rex shifts slightly, then presses his head against the man's chest. Not fear, warning. The man understands. We can't stay, he says. Sarah steps closer. Where do we go? Rex moves his paw weakly, pointing toward the back path again. Still guiding. Even now. The man nods. All right, I trust you. He stands, holding Rex, and moves toward the dark path. Behind them, the shed burns. Ahead, only the dog knows the way. Rex lifts his head slightly, eyes scanning ahead. His ears twitch despite the pain. He lets out a soft, strained sound, then nudges the man's arm. Okay, I'm following, the man whispers. They move deeper into the dark path. The ground is uneven. The man stumbles once, but keeps going. Sarah stays close behind, breathing fast. Where is he taking us? She asks. The man shakes his head. He knows something, I can feel it. Rex shifts again, then raises his head toward a faint structure ahead. A small, abandoned building. The man slows. There? Rex blinks once. Yes. They reach the door. It's locked. Rex lets out a low sound, then taps the door weakly with his paw. The man looks at it closely. Something feels familiar. His hand moves to the side of the frame. Hidden latch. He presses it. The door clicks open. Rex knew. The door creaks open, and the man steps inside, holding Rex close. Stay with me, he whispers again. Rex shifts slightly, then lifts his head, scanning the room. His breathing is still weak, but his eyes stay alert. Sarah closes the door behind them. What is this place? She asks. The man looks around. Old equipment. Dust. A table. Then, another flash hits him. I've been here before, he says, voice low. Rex lets out a soft sound, like confirmation. The man walks to the table and clears it quickly. Lay him down, Sarah says. He places Rex gently. You're okay, he repeats. Rex watches him closely. Then slowly his tail moves. Just once. The man's eyes fill. You remember me, don't you? Rex doesn't move again, but he doesn't look away either, still holding on. The man leans closer, his voice barely steady. Stay with me, don't close your eyes, he says. Rex blinks slowly, then lifts his head just enough to look around the room. His ears twitch. Still working, still aware. Sarah moves quickly, searching shelves. There's a kit here, she says. Old, but usable. The man nods. Help me. They clean the burns carefully. Rex flinches once, then stays still. No struggle, just trust. You're strong, the man whispers. Rex shifts his paw slightly, resting it on the man's arm. Connection. The man freezes for a second. A memory flashes, same paw, same moment, years ago. His breath catches. We used to do this, after missions, he says. Sarah looks at him. Then it's coming back. Rex watches him closely. Not just surviving now, helping him remember, holding him together. Rex's eyes sharpen as he lifts his head again, scanning the room with effort. His ears twitch toward the far wall. The man notices. What is it? He asks softly. Rex lets out a faint sound, then shifts his gaze toward a metal cabinet in the corner. The man stands and walks to it. His hand hesitates, then opens it. Inside, files, old records, sealed envelopes. His breath tightens. This was our safe place, he whispers. Rex watches closely. The man pulls out one file, his name is on it. He opens it. Photos. Reports. missions, and one marked clearly, compromised operation. His hands shake. This is it, this is what I forgot. Sarah steps closer. What does it say? The man reads, voice low. Someone inside betrayed us. Rex lets out a soft growl. He already knew. And he led him here to see it. The man flips the page with shaking hands. There's a name, he whispers. Rex's ears snap up. He tries to rise, pain holding him back, but his eyes lock on the file. Who is it? Sarah asks, stepping closer. The man reads slowly, his face draining. It's him, he says. Before he can finish, a sharp noise hits the door. A knock. Hard. Open up. A voice shouts from outside. Rex growls instantly, deeper than before, forcing himself up despite the pain. They found us, Sarah whispers. The man grips the file. The one who betrayed us, he's out there. The door handle moves. Rex steps forward, blocking the path again. Bleeding. Weak. But standing. Guarding. Ready. The handle jerks hard, the door starts to give. Rex steps forward, body shaking but firm. He plants himself between the door and the man. Rex, you're hurt, the man whispers. Rex growls louder. No retreat. The man looks down at the file again, eyes sharp now. I remember, he was the handler, he says. He knew everything. Then he knows you're alive, Sarah says. The door cracks open. A face appears in the gap. Cold. Calm. I came to finish it, the man outside says. Rex lunges forward, slamming into the door with what strength he has. The door shuts back hard. The man grabs a metal bar nearby. We're not running anymore, he says. Rex stands beside him, not weak now. Ready. The door bursts open with force, wood cracking against the frame. The man outside steps in, eyes cold, hand reaching inside his jacket. Rex reacts instantly. He lunges forward, ignoring the pain, slamming into the man's arm before anything can be pulled out. Rex. The man shouts. The attacker stumbles back, losing balance. The object in his hand drops, a small weapon, sliding across the floor. Rex stays on him, growling, pinning his arm down. Move and he won't stop, the man says firmly, stepping closer with the metal bar. The attacker freezes, breathing heavy. You don't understand, this had to be done, he mutters. I understand enough, the man replies. Rex tightens his grip, not letting go. The man picks up the weapon and kicks it away. Then he looks down at the attacker. You erased my life. Rex growls louder. And doesn't move. The attacker tries to pull his arm free, but Rex presses harder, teeth locked, refusing to let go. His body shakes from pain, but he holds. Don't move, the man says, voice firm, the metal bar steady in his hands. You don't get it, the attacker breathes, struggling. You were never meant to come back. I did, the man replies coldly. Rex growls deeper, pushing the attacker flat against the floor. Sarah steps closer, fear in her voice. End this, please. The man looks down at the attacker, then at Rex. He doesn't trust you, he says. And he never gets it wrong. Rex tightens his grip again. The attacker stops resisting. Defeated. The man exhales slowly. It's over. Rex finally loosens his hold, but stays right there, guarding until the end.